this in while Greg's doing some PPF. This is a used car detail. That's kind of the smallest thing that we do is we'll clean the engine, clean the undercarriage, and then a buff and a paint sealant. We don't do a lot of that just because of time and space. It's a friend of mine, it's his wife's car, so anytime somebody like that calls, we definitely make it happen. Or if you call with just an exterior detail, if you're wanting to sell it or something like that, we can work that out. Just usually a couple weeks out to get on the schedule. Oxidation, but the biggest thing that we're trying to fix, the front of the hood, somebody is calling that a body shop repair. It's using the term very loosely, so we'll see if we can't make it look a little more like it's supposed to. The rest of it's coming out good. We'll see.
What's going on with this guy?
This guy?
Yeah.
Full front. Yeah, just full front.
Did you see that stinking USA hockey game?
Oh, brother. Doesn't get any better than that. I think the girls' game was more exciting because girls actually scored the tying goal with like 2 minutes left after they pulled the goalie, which that generally does not work out.
Did you play?
A little bit growing up,
Okay.
yeah. The way both games went down is couldn't be any better, I don't think.
This F-150 was sitting outside. They were painting a building at it was either an apartment complex or something like that. Got paint overspray all over it, little dots of paint overspray. We about got all of it off the paint and the glass. We've still got to get it off of the tonneau cover. We've got that soaking right now. And then we'll do an exterior detail on this because anytime you put a chemical on a car trying to get this stuff to break loose, it can dry the paint out, oxidize the paint, that kind of thing. So we're gonna make sure when they get it back, it looks way better than it did before the damage happened. We try to save as much of the factory panels as we can. They had mentioned replacing this tonneau cover, which is fine. But if we can save this and save them some money, they're more likely to send us more work. So as you see, we have soaked it long enough that this white Scotch-Brite, which the white is a very soft Scotch-Brite, it will not scratch. I can actually use this on paint without damaging it. But using this, I'm able to get it all to come loose. And this thing will look like brand new. And when it got here this morning, I couldn't get these to come off at all.
It does. So you wrapped all that.
Yep.
That's hard to do.
It was chrome. Not for him. Anybody else, I'm sure.
Hey, Chad, how about that barn find right here?
Damn, that looks good.
Yeah.
This is a legendary garage barn find.
Really?
The
This is
inspection stickers.
officially a hoopty.
Yeah, inspection stickers 01.
This is a hoopty.
Who, somebody you know brought it?
Yeah, so there was a car collection.
You know Danny
Yeah, Danny.
from Legendary Garage.
But it was a car collection that the guy had like 50 cars.
What's he want to do to it?
So we're gonna see how good we can get it and save it. And he's either gonna flip it or they're gonna restore it.
Because
Just change the buttons.
they put a new top on
Oh, I
it.
didn't know that.
Yes, it had pinholes in the top.
Okay.
And they told me that I should leave it stored up so it stretches right. But yeah, that has to
Well,
be their
then find
problem.
out when they can get it in and we'll get it.
Okay, that has to be their problem.
Okay.
That thing looks badass.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great.
Stands some money, right? How much down is it?
2 inches.
We lowered another 2 inches in the back.
It had that wedge look to it.
So it's barely
Inside.
got a rake now, and you can't really tell when it's down. Oh, here, I'll keep going.
There, give it a little more. We're looking at the radio. Greg had an idea. We might do a mini iPad. So just do a CarPlay single-in radio, like what I did in that other Ferrari.
Yeah.
And that way you can do a mini iPad right here.
That's the one thing that's missing, the decent radio.
Yeah, it is. And if you're gonna drive it a lot.
Drive so good. That's probably the happiest I've been with any purchase I've made at that auction.
I agree. I love this car.
Especially for the money and everything.
Yeah. But the stance now is killer.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to work. Make some money, buy some more parts.
There you go. again, with all the salt and the bad weather and everything on the roads that we had, kind of need to get that neutralized. I like to wait till after it's rained a couple of times to finish washing it all off the road. If you don't, every time it rains, it's going to flush out more salt into the road, and your car's going to turn white again just from driving through that. We've got a couple of cars here that we're fixing for some clients that just wanted to make sure everything was good, neutralized all the stuff in the wheel wells, on the wheels, the undercarriage, and then did a coating checkup on the outside of each one of these. Washed the whole car, cleaned the engine, and then we put a booster product on all of the actual coated surfaces just to get them back in that new look. And again, this is just from a wash, and it looks like we just detailed this car. That's the whole point of having a coating. It takes very little to kind of maintain it from there. The Z06, it's the guy's show car, and it looks really, really good, man. We've talked to the customer about this, and he admitted it, that he loved to wipe on that car. Wiping on a dry car when it has dust on it is not the best thing you can do, simply because you can have the softest towel in the world, but if you have a layer of dust on soft paint, and you take that towel, where's that dust going? It's not just disappearing into the atmosphere. You're actually grinding it into your paint and leaving some fine lines. Well, I'm using a product, and honestly what that product was doing was filling in and hiding those scratches instead of actually making it safe to wipe it down. There's products out there now designed to do that so that you feel like you're not messing up your car and you can do whatever you want and it's going to be fine. Well, in actuality, it's not perfect. Once we got it buffed back out, that thing turned out amazing. There's going to be some people upset at some car shows when they lose to that one. White Ferrari 296 down there that we're finishing up, full car PPF. We had to redo some window tint that somebody else had done that just wasn't up to standards for our customer. We actually had to redo some PPF on the front end where it was already done, and then we did our PPF from the doors back is all brand new stuff. And then we're doing coating on everything, the interior, the exterior, the wheels, and all that, just because that's a long-term car that he's going to keep. So we want to give them as much protection as possible.
What's your interior coating?
So interior coating, again, man, we have coatings for every surface on the vehicle. The glass, your leather, your fabric, your plastic. You can take a brand new car, the softest leather you can find, we put our leather coating on there and it becomes even softer. It's the wildest thing. But what it does is makes it super easy to stay clean. You can just about clean your leather with a wet microfiber every couple of weeks and it just wipes right off and you never see anything on there. But also if anything does spill on there, it's not going to stain your leather. You're also not going to have the jean dye transfer from your pants, from your belt, any of that kind of stuff. If that got wet and then you sit on a light colored leather seat where it would stain it, it won't do that now. Yes, it can leave a little bit of transfer, but then you just take a little chemical and it wipes right up. 20 years ago, if you had got a stain on a white leather interior, they would literally have to replace that seat cover. I used to even dye leather so I could make it look perfect, dyeing it back white, putting a top coat on there and everything else, and 3 or 4 days later, it would bleed back through. That's how bad that stuff is.